Okay, good morning, traders. It is 7:16 a.m. Pacific time on the 23rd of January. Today is Thursday. Welcome to my trading journal. Pretty wild action here in the overnight, and also since pit open. Some pretty good movement. Pretty much just went sideways overnight with a kind of an upward skew, and then we had some data come out that basically allowed us to traverse this entire range here. You see in the profile, and then prior to cash open and prior to cash open, the equity markets kind of sunk a little bit, and we got this little pop up here. It's just recently come back down to the overnight high, which might be a buying opportunity at this point. So that's kind of what I'm eyeballing at this point. That's my area of interest. I've had lots of volume print up here. Point of control is at 86 and change down here, and then we already have 86 almost more up here, so we're definitely getting some acceptance up here. So I would expect, especially if we get some more weakness in the equity markets, I would expect for this to kind of start to trade in this range and fill this out a little bit more. That's kind of what I'm looking at right now as of this moment. Really quick review of the calendar. We had jobless claims come out this morning. Let's see, we have a natural gas report. Typically doesn't affect us that much. And we have petroleum. The EIA petroleum report comes out in about 40 minutes. Then we have some auctions later in the day, but I won't be around for that. I'm going to go ahead and take this. Try to buy this here, take this long, let's see if we can get this to pan out. And it's simply the basis for this entry is, like I said, I can't get filled there. I might have to come over here in the 30-year. Just counting on additional weakness here in the ES. I'd prefer to have this push into the highs a little bit, but that doesn't look like that's going to happen. Where are we at here? And like I said, I'm expecting this to kind of start to fill this out. You can see the 30-year, we've already had point of control shift higher. It's just a general rule. I try not to buy above the point of control or sell below it. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Just to kind of wrap up the calendar, really nothing that's going to affect us. We've had it's kind of a news-based market at this point. There's the coronavirus scare that's kind of going around. And I don't know if you can really blame that on any sort of market weakness, or if it's just kind of a structural issue or a macroeconomic issue. So let's just go ahead and set our target up here at the point of control, see if we can get this to push back up. While I have a minute here, this is the daytradr, Jigsaw daytradr platform. These are futures products. Kind of forgot to do that as part of my intro here. All the way over here on the left is the Ultra Bond. This is the 30-year. In the middle here is the 5-year. This is the 10-year. And all the way over here on the right is the E-mini S&P. Typically what happens is these markets work inverse to each other. So when the ES is, or the cash markets, equity markets, are getting bought up, these fixed income products sell off, and vice versa. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a push higher, just kind of what we expected. Basically just using this, the overnight high as the structure for support. It's a pretty obvious buying opportunity after we had this initial push up. Well, I gotta say, I'm encouraged by how well we're holding up here, especially with the ES maintaining its strength and actually pushing into the highs at this point. But I do think that if the ES does go ahead and start making new highs on the day, that this will trade down into and maybe through my stop. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I wasn't really expecting this. It just puts too much pressure on what's happening over here for these guys to hold up. But we'll see what happens. I'm kind of in it to win it, in it for the long haul. So we'll see what happens. This is a nice little push we got there. Let's see if we can get some follow through going up. Let's keep an eye on the 10-year and the 5-year, see if they can kind of lead the way higher. Well, that's a little frustrating to be back down at 19. Probably was a little slow on taking profits on that one, or even just kind of covering it all together. Okay, we got kind of lucky here, I think. Looking to try to get filled here at 24, first target. Got some pretty good liquidity today, pretty good volatility. Should be able to take out 24, especially with the ES dropping in the way it is. If we sit here too long, then I'll just go ahead and, I don't mind taking a contract off at 23. Only have 5 up thus far, 6 up. There we go, I got 1 off. See what happens on this second one here. Hopefully the ES just keeps sinking in, and then we can just blow through the highs. Let's see if I'll just put it right there. I think the context sort of dictates looking for some extension of the current range. I'd like to see the Ultra Bond pushing the highs and even making new highs. Kind because it's slightly more illiquid market and it typically leads the way, or can be a forward indicator. You can see we have the point of control at the high of the range on all these products pretty much. So we've had a lot of interest up here at this level. Give this a little while longer. If this is a true runner, I should just let it run. If it trades all the way back into me, then so be it. I think I might just do that. I think the context allows for that today. So that's what we'll do. Just let it ride, see what happens. So yesterday I actually sat here for about four or 5 hours. There was really just one setup that I saw, which was to trade the high. I don't know exactly what time that was, but I really didn't see anything else, and it just kind of reinforces my theory that you might have 1 or 2 good setups every single day. Like really true quality setups. And I think I actually tried to get filled, and I couldn't get filled on that one, if I recall. But anyway, I truly believe that. I think that, you know, you just need to remain patient, pick your spots, and the setups will come. But yeah, it's, I mean, I can't imagine. I used to do that when I first started. I would have 12 trades in a day, and just basically taking shots and paying your broker. But I think the less I trade now, the better off, the better my P&L, the better my performance, the better quality experience I have in this whole endeavor. And the least amount of time that I spend actually staring at the screens, I think the better trader I've become. That's just in the evolution of my life or my experience over the last, you know, couple of years. I think it's been 2 years of doing this now, 2.5. 2.5 of trading on this platform. I've traded on, started on TradeStation and kind of moved around, but I've traded with charts and all that kind of stuff. But just trading on order flow, it's been a couple of years. 10 years pushing highs still, Ultra Bond's still up there. Like one little push up and we can get filled. One little pop up through the highs. Give this a little bit more time and we might just try to cover it 26 or 27. Okay, that's it for me. Got covered at 26, looking at about 7 ticks on that trade. That's pretty good. I have an appointment now, so I'm done for the day, and I'm actually going to be done for about a week or so because I'm heading back home to Chicago for some go turn myself into a human popsicle. But that's it, and yeah, hope everybody's trading well, and have a good weekend and have a good week, and I'll see you on the flip side.